Hello, Misfit Nation. Welcome to another edition of Lessons for Hannah. Many years ago, I introduced a new format alongside our regular episodes called Lessons for Hannah. Hannah's my daughter and one of the main inspirations for the Misfit entrepreneur, and I wanted to leave a place where she could go and learn from her dad and his Misfit friends throughout her life, even after I'm gone. If you haven't listened to the first episode of Lessons for Hannah, I urge you to do so as it gives more background, tells the amazing story of how Hannah came to be in our lives. But Lessons for Hannah are very short, useful, and sometimes comical lessons that I want to share with you and give to Hannah to help in your lives. And because I want Hannah to have these for her life, I'm going to speak as though I'm talking directly to her. These episodes are a lot of fun, and if you think there is a lesson that we should include in these episodes, please don't hesitate to send it over to us at support@misfitentrepreneur.com. We'd love to share it. As a reminder, if you're new to watching this show on YouTube, hit the subscribe button below. Give this video a like and comment as well. We do our best to respond to all comments as timely as possible. Okay, so here goes. This week's lesson for Hannah. Hannah, I want to talk to you about an important skill set that you will need to develop now and as you grow older. It's called emotional intelligence, or EQ for short. Emotional intelligence is just as important as regular intelligence, like doing math or reading a book. It's about understanding your own feelings and the feelings of people around you. In fact, in many of the cases, it may be more important than traditional intelligence. Here's an easy way to understand it. Imagine you have a toolbox. Regular intelligence helps you solve problems like using a hammer or a screwdriver. Emotional intelligence adds more tools to your toolbox, like understanding why you're feeling upset or how to make a friend feel better when they're sad. These tools can help you in all sorts of situations in all areas of life. A question that you may have is, why is this so important to understand, and why is it so important to know about feelings? Well, we all have feelings. In fact, feelings for most people are what drive their actions. So when you learn to understand and recognize feelings in others and yourself, it helps you to make better decisions and choices, but it also helps you understand what's driving people's decisions and choices and why they do the things they do. When you understand your emotions, you can manage them even better. So, for example, if you're feeling really angry because you lost a game or had something bad happen to you, you can recognize that emotion, and it can help you to take a moment, take a deep breath, and calm down instead of maybe getting upset. It allows you to check yourself in a way so you don't just react and do something that maybe compounds it or make things, worse, or something you'll regret later, right? Understanding your emotions helps you make better decisions too. If you're feeling sad or frustrated, it might not be the best time to make a big decision, like whether to start a new project or how to solve a tricky problem. But waiting until you're calmer, you can think more clearly and make better choices. And I suggest that's where you start. You first need to learn to recognize your own feelings and emotions and better manage them in your life. And even more importantly, learn to choose when to change those feelings, right? And your emotions to create the best outcome. This is where developing the skill comes in over time. As you do it more and more, it gets easier and becomes automatic. When you learn to recognize a reaction you're about to have or a certain feeling, and you learn that you can stop and change it in that moment to something that is better suited for that instance, it is really an amazing thing for what it can do for you in your life. But what about understanding other people's feelings, right? Understanding other people's feelings is called empathy. Now imagine that you have a friend, right? And that friend's sad because they didn't do well on a test in school or had something bad happen to them. If you can see that they're upset and you talk to them kindly, it can make them feel better, right? Empathy helps you build stronger friendships and helps people when they're in need. This is something you naturally do really well and you're really good at. Just keep fostering it in your life. But for example, if you notice a friend sitting alone at lunch and looking down, you can go over and you can sit with them, ask them how they're doing, and if they want to talk about what's bothering them. Just showing that you care can make a huge difference to someone. And recognizing that need, that's emotional intelligence. Okay, so now that you have an idea what EQ is and how to recognize it in yourself and others, how can you start using it in your life right now? Well, number one, you can do it at school. If you see a classmate who looks lonely or sad, you can ask them if they want to play with you. This shows empathy and can make someone's day better. You can also use EQ during group projects by listening to everybody's ideas and helping the group work together more smoothly. You can do it, number two, with friends. If you have a disagreement with a friend, you can use your EQ to understand their point of view. It helps you to find a solution without getting maybe into a big fight or getting angry at each other. For instance, if your friend wants to play a different game than you do, try to understand why and find a compromise. At home, if you notice, your mom or I seem stressed, which can happen from time to time, maybe you can help out with a small chore or just give us a hug. Little things like that show that you care and you understand. If you notice a family member that is upset, you can ask them what's wrong and offer to help. As you grow and you put utilizing emotional intelligence into practice, you'll find it helpful in all areas of life. Here's a few examples of this. For example, in your career, people with high EQ tend to be better leaders. They can motivate others and handle stress well. If you're good at understanding people's emotions, you can work well in a team and lead others more effectively. Imagine working on a big project at your job. If you can stay calm under pressure and support your teammates when they're stressed, then you'll all work better together and get the project done successfully. In relationships, right? Good relationships are built on understanding and trust. EQ helps you communicate better and resolve conflicts, whether it's with friends, family, or even future coworkers. For example, in a future relationship, being able to talk openly about your feelings and listen to the other person's feelings will help you both understand each other better and strengthen your bond. Personal growth. This is something you do throughout your entire life, or you should do, I should say. Understanding your emotions helps you set goals and stay motivated. If you know what makes you happy or what stresses you out, you can better make choices for your life and well-being. For instance, if you know that spending time outdoors makes you feel good, then you can make sure to include outdoor activities in your daily and weekly routines. Hannah, learning to understand and use emotional intelligence really is a superpower that a lot of people, unfortunately, never put to work for them. It will help you in so many areas of your life. Remember, it's okay to feel all kinds of emotions. The important part is recognizing them and understanding how to use them positively. Keep practicing empathy, managing your feelings, and being aware of others' emotions. You're already, as I said, on a great path to mastering EQ and are naturally empathetic. So you have a leg up on a lot of people that are out there. But to help you remember, here are a few tips. Pause and reflect. When you feel a strong emotion, take a moment to pause and think about why you're feeling that way. I also like to call this stop, ask, and choose, because after you've thought about it, then you can choose how you want to proceed, right? Stop, ask yourself why I'm feeling that way, and then choose how you want to move forward. Listen actively. When someone is talking to you, really listen to what they're saying, not just their words, but also their feelings, and learn to recognize the emotion in there. And then, as we've noted, show empathy. Try to put yourself in other people's shoes. Imagine how they might be feeling and respond with kindness. I'll sum it up by saying this. Emotional intelligence is a key to unlocking a better, more understanding, and more successful life. Keep practicing and you'll see how powerful it can be. I love you, Dad.